G'day folks, Conor here from CDobs Media, back with another video, and today we're doing my 1 year review of the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Now we all know I did my video on the S21 Ultra that a lot of people had problems with, and that was the one where I was talking about, there's a lot of echo in this room. And the S21 Ultra video that I did was all about the top 5 disappointments, and that came down to like the battery life and the size of it and the really lackluster feeling of unboxing it. But I still think that it is an amazing phone. It's one of the best phones of 2021. Will it still be top of the game in 2022? I think it probably will be, like the phones that'll beat it next year will be like the iPhone, the Samsung S22, maybe a Pixel phone might come close, and then there'll be a lot of like second and third place runner-ups. But this is my 1 year review and my day-to-day experience with the S21 Ultra. So yeah, top 5 reasons not to buy the S21 Ultra linked up here somewhere. Check it out if you want a bit of a laugh. This is what it felt like I was running with, strapped to my waist, like this. It's too much. I've got to say, day to day, it is a performance beast. I do a lot of different activities and the S21 Ultra serves its purpose well, but it is a behemoth. I just want to put that out there. This for me is a two-handed phone. Like I can't walk and text. I can walk and scroll, but I don't like to fucking scroll. You know what I mean? Like I like to interact with people. I like to communicate via Messenger, that sort of thing. I hate just consuming content. I like communicating and participating. So, it is a two-handed device if you like doing more than scrolling. If you like watching content and that's all you really do, that's fine. It's not going to bother you. But for me, I need to stop and use two hands to write emails and text messages and that sort of thing. That's a problem, but there's good that comes with that as well. And the good that comes with that is the consumption of media. When you are using this phone to consume media, you're going to get the best experience. The speakers are ball terrors. The sound that comes out of these speakers for me is legit top level for a phone. The display itself is amazing. Typical Samsung AMOLED display that's just absolutely killer. You will love the display. That high refresh rate for gaming and also just for your fast scrolling experiences. 12 gigabytes of RAM, up to 16 gigs of RAM. Mine has 12 gig, 256 gigabytes of storage. I mean, it's got everything you need, and it actually is very similar to having like the Galaxy Note version. And I know they got rid of that this year, but for me, the S21 Ultra, and then I got the case with the S Pen, it just made it a sort of hybrid. I've got the S Pen in the case, it's there if I need it, but if I'm out running or cycling or hiking or doing whatever, it's out of that case and it is just an S21 Ultra. So there's some flexibility there. Now another thing I should mention is the performance. There is zero lag here, and that, as I just mentioned, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. I have the Exynos version because I'm in Australia. I don't know why they do that, but that's what I'm running, and I just get no lag, whether it's switching from camera to watching content to Instagram to editing videos for my stories on Instagram. I just get no lag at all. My videos export really quickly. For me, like quick enough for me, I put together a 30-second clip, add in some sounds, some titles, that sort of thing. Press export, it's done in 30 seconds, and I can upload straight away. So I don't have any real problems with any of the performance. When it comes to multitasking, I think most phones nail that. If you're just like splitting your screen and using the calculator and an email at the same time or something like that. I don't think too many phones struggle with that, but definitely keeping apps running in the background is where some phones would struggle, and I don't have that problem here with the S21 Ultra. I'm a huge fan of the Samsung software. I think it's just so mature these days. Yes, it's Android, but it's also Samsung, and I think it's amazing. I have ordered the Pixel 6 Pro, and I'm looking forward to dumping a lot of that extra software you get with Samsung because I hate having 2 calendar apps and so on. I'm really looking forward to getting that Pixel 6 Pro, apart from the size. Samsung, One UI, whatever version you're on, I think it's pretty good, and I don't think there's nothing really to fuss about. Now, I did do a video earlier this year on the S21 Ultra versus a DSLR. And now, some people watch this video and they go, wow, the Samsung photos look better. And I just think, what planet are you on? Every single photo, the DSLR produces a better shot. And that's still the case. If you're going to use a DSLR and you know what you're doing, you're going to get better photos than with the Samsung. What you are going to get with the Samsung is some of the best photos you can get on a mobile phone. It's hard, even from what I'm hearing, it's even hard for the Pixel to beat Samsung at the moment. iPhone and Samsung, I reckon they're probably neck and neck for photography. For videography, maybe the iPhone's just a notch in front, but that could even be depending on your preference. So the S21 Ultra's camera and video capabilities are up there. You really don't need to worry about that. At this price point with Samsung, you're getting the best you can get. But it doesn't necessarily mean you should get it. I mean, if you're just posting shitty videos on Snapchat or TikTok, you don't need the S21 Ultra. A mid-range phone will do you just fine. However, if you're creating content that's going to go on other platforms, you might want to have the S21 Ultra or the iPhone 13 Pro or whatever's the top best phone cameras you can get. It does shoot in 8K, but I don't think anyone really cares about that at this stage. I think even in photography and videography on your DSLRs, I still think 8K is a bit of a gimmick because no one can watch it in 8K. Like most TVs are 4K max, 8K is really pushing it. But it's there on the S21 Ultra. If you want to use it, you can. Dad said Google. Dad said Google. I triggered Google and the speakers are going off and I blame the kids. So these cameras on the S21 Ultra are amazing. Now I do have a little bit of a problem when I zoom into like 2/3 of the way where the camera sort of pulsates. And I know that's a fault within the camera and I could take it back and get it repaired. But Samsung's repair service is so incredibly shit, I just can't be bothered. I'd rather just put up with it. And I think that's what Samsung wants you all to do. So don't do what I did. If you've got a faulty camera from Samsung, then do something about it. Now, battery life. It's still shit. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we have 5,000 milliamp hour battery in here. I crank all my settings up. I want the best experience I can get. I start to get battery anxiety around midday because I'm like hitting 60% at midday and I know I've got a long day ahead of me and that really freaks me out sometimes. And by the time I get home, it could be like 30%. And then I know I've got a long night ahead of me because again, it's on full, massive, everything is just specced out. I want the best experience. The battery life for me is a real letdown from Samsung on the S21 Ultra. Make sure that you have lots of charging ports around the house. I mean, I've got wireless charging on my desk. I've got Android Auto, which charges me in the car for little top-ups. I've got wireless charging at work with a little speaker attached to it. So I've got all these options to charge. But if I don't charge, I'm starting to get battery anxiety around midday. But this is an urban lifestyle. I mean, I'm always within reach of a charger. So if you're one of those people that gets your phone off charge in the morning and doesn't actually get to use another charger throughout the day because of work or whatever it is that you do, then you might want to look at something different. I know there's other phones out there with 4,000 milliamp hour battery that can last 2 days. So for me, the best parts of this phone are 1, the camera and the video, 2, the display. Those 2 things alone make this phone worth it. The flaws for me is the battery life and the size and the weight. It is massive. I know that's just how it is these days, but I really wish like Samsung would make like their version of an iPhone mini. And I was really disappointed to see Pixel or Google not make like a Pixel 3 size phone or a Pixel 5 size phone this year. That's a real disappointment. I think that 6-inch or 5.8 inch phone is killer, and if you could spec that out with good cameras and 12 gigs of RAM and that sort of thing, I'd be stoked. I really don't see the need for all of us to have 6 to 7 inch phones. I thought we'd pass that, but it's come back and a lot of manufacturers are still killing it. Samsung, one of them. So battery life and size and weight, thumbs down. Camera and performance and display, thumbs up. Now, if you're interested in seeing me compare the Galaxy S21 Ultra with the Pixel 6 Pro, hit the thumbs up button or leave a comment, let me know you would be interested in seeing it. I am also working on another video at the moment. It's DSLR and a mirrorless versus S21 Ultra. Might even throw in the Pixel 6. So again, comments down below if you're looking forward to seeing that one. I really appreciate all your support. I know the videos have been a little bit light on recently, but they're coming back. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Check ya.